In this short video, we're going to consider systems of election because you've been asked to consider not only who you would vote in as a leader or leadership group, but also how you would conduct a fair system of election. In the UK, we have the first past the post system, though the majority of the world uses some system of proportional representation. For example, in a general election in the UK, for each local area, a constituency, the voter is presented with a list, giving a choice between a maximum of one candidate per political party, or candidates may be independent, and the voter can choose a single candidate for whom to vote. To become an MP, a candidate must achieve the majority of the votes. For a party to achieve power, they must usually hold the largest number of seats, i.e. the largest number of elected MPs across the country. Critics point out that this commonly means that those taking seats in Parliament may not have achieved the approval of the majority of voters in a constituency. Similarly, across the country, a party may have achieved a majority of seats, but not a majority of votes, since these could be spread across constituency boundaries. Let's take a simple example that challenges first past the post. You're voting on whether you prefer dogs or cats. On the ballot paper, one cat stands for the cat party. However, the dogs feel that there are differences between different dogs. So, on the ballot paper, a Great Dane stands for the big dogs, a Dalmatian stands for the spotted dogs, and a Yorkshire Terrier stands for the little dogs. The people who want cats have one candidate, but those who want dogs have three different candidates, all of whom are dogs, but have their distinctions. So if the cat lovers vote for the cat, they get 40% of the votes. The dog lovers' vote is split three ways: 20% for the Great Dane, 20% for the Dalmatian, 20% for the Yorkshire Terrier. The cat wins, even though more people overall voted for dogs. This leads us on to the alternative, which is some form of proportional representation. Popular among these is the single transferable vote. In this system, rather than one person representing a small area, a group of representatives are elected to represent a wider area, thus representing a greater diversity of opinions. Parties are able to stand more than one candidate in an area. On the ballot paper, instead of selecting a single candidate, the voter numbers the candidates in order of preference. There's also a difference in the way in which votes are counted. Candidates must reach a quota based on the number of vacancies and number of votes cast. Each voter has one vote. Once the counting has finished, any candidate who has received more number ones than the quota is elected. But rather than ignore extra votes a candidate received after the amount they need to win, these votes move to each voter's second favourite candidate. The system allows voters to consider individuals' qualities rather than merely their party. It increases the likelihood of independent candidates being elected. Northern Ireland and Scotland use STV for some of their elections, and some campaigners feel that it would be a fairer system for the whole of the UK. This is your chance to have a think about what you believe is the fairest way of making sure that the person elected reflects the views of your society. And you should reflect this in the chosen system of election, which you can pop in the quiz at the end of this lesson.